This video is going to be about changing the subject of the formula where you've got powers and roots. So for example, the power 2 here, the square root, and then over the page in a moment I'm going to show you one of the more challenging kind of questions and see if you're able to do that. So, in my first example, I want to make r the subject of the formula. So again, I want to get r by itself. So just with all the other videos, we're going to think about what we've done to r. Well, we've squared it, then we've multiplied it by 3, and then added a. So I'm going to undo that process. So I'll take a off both sides, which leaves me with 3r squared equals b minus a. Then I need to undo times by 3, so I'm going to divide by 3. So I get that r squared equals b minus a divided by 3. And then I've got r squared. Well, the inverse, the opposite of squaring, is square rooting both sides. So I'm going to square root both sides, which leaves me with r equals b minus a divided by 3, and then we square root the whole lot. So r equals the square root of b minus a over 3. Example 2, this time I've got the square root of all of 2a minus 3c equals d, and I want to make a the subject of the formula. So again, look at what I've done to a. I've doubled it, then taken away 3c, and then square rooted that whole answer. So again, I'll work in reverse. To undo square root, I square both sides. So I square both sides, I'm left with that, because if I square a square root, I just get what I had before, and if I square d, I get d squared. Then we add 3c to both sides, so I get 2a equals d squared plus 3c, and finally divide both sides by 2. I get a equals d squared plus 3c, all divided by 2. So the key thing when you're working with powers and roots is that you do exactly what you did before. You find out what happened to what you want to be your new subject and reverse that process. Finally, a more challenging one. Here I want to make r the subject of the formula, and I want you to notice that r appears on both sides of the equation. So the first logical thing to do is to bring this across. So I'm going to add br to both sides. So that gives me ar add br equals m. And now I need you to rely on your factorising skills. So you can see here that if r appears there and here, it's a common factor of ar and br. So I'm going to take it out as a common factor. So I get r brackets a plus b equals m. And you can check that r times a is ar, r times b is br. So this means r times by a add b equals m. So to get r by itself, I need to undo the multiply by a add b. So I'm going to divide by a add b. So that leaves me with r equals m divided by a plus b. Questions for you now. Number 1. I want you to do, we'll do 4c squared add 2d equals 3e, and I want you to make c the subject of the formula. Secondly, we'll do the square root of 5j minus m equals g, and I want you to make j the subject of the formula. And thirdly and lastly, I'm going to have that 2n minus p equals mn, and I want you to make n the subject of the formula. And that bell tells me it's time to stop this video.